Happy Purim to all of you, men, women, and everybody else who has joined us here today. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the Chabad of Melbourne, Purim in the city, for the 9th year. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome our distinguished guests, the Honourable Michael Ronaldson, the Senator for Victoria, and he'll be here today representing the Prime Minister, John Howard. As well, the Honourable Michael Danby, Federal Member for Melbourne Ports, the Honourable Robert Doyle, the Leader of the State Opposition, the Honourable Tony Lupton, State Member for Prang, and Mrs. Helen Shardy, who is joining us today for the 9th year, Liberal Member for Caulfield. And last but not least, the Deputy Lord Mayor of Melbourne, Mr. Gary Singer. Purim celebrates our triumph over the evil Haman, who sought the destruction of the Jewish people. It's stated in the Megillah, there is one nation, scattered and dispersed amongst the peoples, and it does not befit the king to tolerate them. Haman advised the king, Achashverosh, that there is a need and a threat that we should annihilate the Jewish world. The events that ensured that the story of Purim were no means divinely or supernatural. Mordechai united the Jews to pray and beseech God for salvation and mercy. Esther, the Jewess, was crowned as the queen and exercised her influence in the king's palace to save the Jewish nation. The evil decree was overturned by the king, and the Jews were empowered to defend themselves against those who sought to destroy them. No rules of nature were overturned to bring the salvation of the Jews. Unlike Hanukkah, the festival of lights, Purim celebrates the miracles that are found in our day-to-day events, in the transpiring of life as we know it. As you look into the Megillah and find there is no reference of God's name. Divine intervention in the events of Purim was hidden, encouraging us to search out for God. Within the Purim story, we realize for ourselves that in fact, God was behind every turn of the tale. As we read the story of Purim, we can see the similarities, unfortunately, between the days of Haman, who wanted the hanging of Mordechai, and today we are besieged by world terrorism brought on by Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden, Hamas, and other terrorist groups who cause mayhem and fear and want to destroy the nations of the world. The lesson for us, when we find ourselves in trouble and we think we can resolve it alone, we have to remember what the Megillah teaches us. First, we have to strengthen our connection to Hashem, God, through learning Torah and doing mitzvahs, and then the salvation will come. Chabad of Melbourne, the only Chabad house in the central business district, offers those working in the city the opportunity to discover and explore their heritage while at the workplace. We have held classes, lectures, debates, festival programs, drawing people from all walks of life, and are the first port of call for Melbourne tourists on their visits to Australia. This coming year, we hope, God willing, to increase and hold more lectures one-on-one learning classes, and expand our festival programs for Melbourne's Jewry. I take this opportunity to thank all our sponsors, patrons, and donors for their outstanding support of Chabad of Melbourne CBD and its programs. Without our donors, we would be unable to provide such vital services to Melbourne's community. I also wish to thank all those who made this luncheon possible, including Mrs. Hannah Gutnick, whose efforts are mostly appreciated. I call upon our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Anton Bloch, the President of the Jewish Community Council of Victoria. Happy Purim.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. There is an apology that I do want to share with you. The Queen was invited to be with us today. She is in Australia, as you know, but unfortunately she's having lunch with Prime Minister Howard, so she wasn't able to join us. So she sends her apologies, so I just wanted to share that with you at the outset. We have many dignitaries here this afternoon, and on behalf of Chabad, I'd like to welcome them. The Honourable Michael Ronaldson, the Honourable Michael Danby, the Honourable Robert Doyle, the Honourable Tony Lutton, the Honourable Helen Shardy, and of course the Deputy Lord Mayor of Melbourne, Mr. Gary Singer. We've got lots of speakers to hear from today, and we're going to hear about well, one might say we're going to hear the Ganze Megillah before we hear the Megillah, and it's with much pleasure that I was invited to